Hello, everyone. Welcome to Agritech Founders Diary. Here we have conversations with entrepreneurs who are doing amazing stuff in the agritech industry. Today, we have an amazing entrepreneur in the building. All right, but before I introduce you to the guest, it has come to our notice that over 60% of you watch our videos, but yet you don't subscribe. I want to sincerely appeal to you guys that please hit the subscriptions button, subscribe to the channel so we can grow and get more bigger CEOs to join us on the show. All right, so do well to click on the subscription button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to like this video so we can get good rates, and drop your comment for us. And don't also forget to hit the notification button so you get notified whenever we are live like this. Once again, thank you very much for joining me. I'm super excited to have our guest in the building this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. It's not that person, is the Ekosight CEO, and they are doing a lot of amazing stuff using amazing technology to test soil. They are bringing precision agriculture into it. To them, they believe that precision agriculture should start from the soil, and they are using they brought some innovative technology to run test and get accurate results without delay from the soil test. So thank you very much once again for joining me this evening. I would like you to tell us about yourself. So first of all, I would like you to tell us about yourself, what you do at Ekosight, your name. I mean, give us a bit about yourself.
Okay, thanks for inviting me, Kenneth, first of all.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Saumya Rawat. I'm from India and my company name is Ekosight. So, talking about me, I have done my bachelor's and master's from agriculture, particularly masters in agricultural economics. So, at Ekosight, we are working on crop, soil, and nutrient health management. So, like every time nowadays we are listening that soil is degrading. We are
True.
having a just soil, agricultural soil for 40 to 50 years. As our population is increasing, the role of food security is increasing. We are in danger. We fear for the food security, right? So,
Yes.
it like it every place, basic soil is playing its major role to save the soil, to implement the correct agricultural practices is really very important task, and everything in
Mhm.
agriculture starts from the soil.
True.
So we see major problems, we see major issues, challenges in soil testing. We have
Mm-hmm.
many standard lab procedures, lab equipments which are used for soil testing, but these are very costly. And if I particularly talk about India, so the population of the farmers is too high. There are many number of farmers. So to cater every farmer in a particular season is very difficult with those laboratory setup. So we come up with
Mm-hmm.
the idea where we can test rapidly the soil of every farmers in their farm level and get them the precise recommendation result so that they don't use excess of fertilizers in their field, in their agricultural farm, because like the excess use of chemical fertilizer is one of the major cause of soil degradation. The chemicals are leaching, and that is why degradation is happening. So we precisely focus on soil testing and along with the precise recommendation. Yes.
Great. Awesome. Awesome. So tell me, is there any higher the environment you go from? Is there a way it contributes to what you are currently building? Is there, I mean, the environment, is there any role the environment you go from contributes to what you are currently doing?
Can you please repeat the question, Kenneth? Not audible
Okay,
properly.
I mean, the current environment you grew up from? Is there any role the environment you grew up from played in the current business you are running?
Didn't get your point. I'm so sorry, but your voice is not audible.
Okay, I
Yeah,
mean, can you hear me now?
yeah.
I'm
Now,
saying the environment you grew up from, is there any contribution they made in this current business you are running?
so the contribution of this soil testing machine, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, so it has a huge potential if we talk in perspective of our business. So it has very huge potential. If I talk particularly about India, so we have more than 14 crores of farmers, and if I talk about whole world, so there are huge number of farmers, right? So every
Mm-hmm.
farmer, every farmland needs soil testing, whether it's small or it's large, right?
Yes.
So, and we like soil is very dynamic, has very dynamic property. So if we go for the soil testing, we have to make sure that uh, we are preparing the sample from 1 acre of land. So if we go like this for the soil testing, so think like how big will be the number for the soil testing, how
Okay.
you can earn from the soil testing, whether it is in the like farm level, or whether any agri advisory company or any company who is offering the service to the farmer. So we see the total agricultural soil testing market is around 24,000 crore. It's that much big.
Mm, I see. Okay. What inspired you to go into this business?
Okay. So as I told you that I am from agricultural background, right? And if
Yes,
we talk
yes.
about the agriculture, the soil is the base of the agriculture. We start from the soil to do the agricultural practices. If you have
Mm-hmm.
the right soil, if you have the soil have a good nutrient content, so you can have the good yield and you can earn a very good amount. You can earn a very good profit in agriculture, I believe. So
Mm-hmm.
if we have that much potential in agriculture, so what is becoming challenging for farmers? So here is the answer. Like I research in this thing, I interviewed many farmers. Soil health is very basic, but still every farmers, or I can say most of the farmers, are using fertilizer without knowing the soil health. So if you
Mm-hmm.
are going
True.
to apply the fertilizer in your farm without knowing the soil health, you will definitely increase, most of the cases you will definitely increase the amount of the farm fertilizer that you are applying on your farm. And because of that your soil is like losing their good properties, losing their health. But if it is happening like this, so why farmers are not opting for the soil testing? So I found out the reason. I found out that they are not getting the report on time, right? They are charging very much from the private laboratory. So what we
Okay.
can do for the farmers are the main, you can say the major player who is giving us the food that we are having every day. They are running our livelihood. They are running our life, right? If I precisely talk. So yes, that was the reason I like fond of that thing, and I found out this problem and thought that let's find out the solution for this problem. Let's make the solution for this problem.
Mm. Awesome. Awesome. Good one. Good one. So, how were you able to raise funds for this business? How were you able to fund this business financially?
Okay, so we have many government policies in India where
Okay.
government supports the idea, government supports the young entrepreneurs, government supports the startups. So we have many schemes where government fund from like government fund for the new ideas through the grants, right? So earlier I have applied for that. I got some grants. From there,
Hmm.
I
Awesome.
completed my, yeah, I completed my prototype, and after that, I go for the equity investment round. So after that, I won some grant challenges in India, which had
Hmm.
happened again through some government universities. So I have won some such challenges and like got some funds. So earlier I was able to sustain myself and my team because of these funds, and now within maybe 2 or 3 months we'll be in the market. We'll roll out our device in the market.
So far, how much grant have you raised so far? Can you
If
call
I
any
talk,
amount?
yeah. So
Okay.
there's a brand called Nidhi Prayas. Okay.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
Startup India seed funds are there. Then agri grant challenges. I won the agri grant challenges where from I got sufficient funds.
Hmm. So let me ask, between grants and equity investors, which would you advise an agtech founders to go for I mean at the early stage between grants and equity investors? Which would you advise
Yes,
agtech
definitely.
founders to go for?
Definitely for early stage startups, like who
Yeah.
have some idea and who want to take this idea into the business level, firstly apply for the grants. Grants are the
Okay.
good thing, right, for the initial level. And when you find out and you are able to set up your business, like you are confident enough in your product and your idea and your technology, then go for the equity investment. If you have that
Mm-hmm.
good team and good confidence in your idea, I say, then go for the equity
Mm-hmm.
investment. Because to like dilute the equity at early stage is not recommend, I say. Because like for the if you have idea, okay, government is supporting for the to make the prototype. But if
Mm-hmm.
once you be ready with the prototype, you have to think to scale your technology, to scale your business, and at that time equity will play a major role. That time you have to invest on your equity, and yes, you have to take some investor on board.
Hmm. Good. Awesome. Awesome. So let me ask, what is your light bulb moment? I mean that moment where you feel like, I think this thing I'm doing is worth it. So what's your light bulb moment so far in this your entrepreneurship journey?
Okay, so first one is like earlier I had an idea, but I got rejected with five pitching, like for 5 grants. For 5 schemes, I
Mm-hmm.
got rejected. Then the sixth one came, they trusted on me, they gave me some grants. So that was the first day where I think, okay, now I can work on my idea. Someone has trust on me. Now I can build my team. Now I can work like this. Otherwise, I was struggling for the funds earlier because I was like just completed my college and was like to start my career in that way. So yes, I got first grant, and after that, I was working closely with the farmers in India, Haryana region. So there, I got one like I got connected with one farmer. I advised him about like recommendation for the fertilizer, what type of fertilizer they have to put in their farm, and the that was the precise one, right? After getting their
Mm-hmm.
soil tested, I recommended them the fertilizer, and after 3 to 4 months, that was the horticulture crops. After 3 to 4 months, I heard from him that the crop is very nice. They got the much good quantity from as compared to last year. So that was the second success, where I see that whatever I was thinking, whatever was my idea, it is working. Like from farmers only, I got the testimonial. Okay, my idea is working. I'm on the right way, and then journey continues.
Before you came to this point, was there any point you feel like quitting? Was there any point you feel like giving up on this idea before you won your
Yes,
first grant?
yes.
And
So
after you won your first grant, are there be any time you still be contemplating to quit?
okay. So as I earlier told you, I got rejected from the five challenges, five grant opportunity. So that was the time I was feeling like I have to quit and join some company to like sustain myself. And the second
Mm-hmm.
was like to develop a hardware device is really very tough. And if you are innovating in hardware and if you are innovating in the chemical side also, because uh, soil testing is the chemical testing process that we have made. Okay, so to like experiment and to find out the correct formula for the rapid thing is very challenging. So it took 1.5 years to just solve the npk. So it like
Mm,
many a times it happened that we felt that why it is not happening with from us, what is the problem with us, like why we are not able to find the correct solution. So that
mm,
time it feels like okay, maybe we are in the wrong direction, maybe we are doing something wrong. Like should we go ahead or what should we do? So yeah, it comes many a times in mind, but if you have that goal in your mind, if you are that much determined to achieve something, so this will never stop us, and we continuously worked and finally we got the solution. And yes.
mm. Awesome. That's good to know. So, so far, what have been some of the challenges you've experienced on your journey, and how did you navigate those challenges?
Okay. So earlier phase when we were on the research phase, so the challenge was to collect the information from the farmers, because like whenever we went to them, so they were very rigid because they think that we are the salesperson, we want to sell our let's say input and anything to them. So they are not very welcoming in terms to share anything, in terms to talk with us even in many areas. So that was the major challenge, to find out the correct problem of our end users, right? Because farmers will be our end user. So first problem that
Mm,
we saw in our model, and then we tackle it by hiring the local peoples of that area. We talked with the local peoples, like local student, they went there and they talked with them, then we were able to tackle this problem. Another one is like whenever in like before innovating in our device, we were into the soil testing and recommendation services. So basically what happens here, whenever we used to give some recommendation to the farmers, they were not ready to apply that on the farm, because they have one mindset that whatever they are doing the farming from since so long, right? So like
mhm,
out of sudden we came and we are just saying that okay, don't put this fertilizer this much, this will harm. So they will not listen to you. So that was the
mm,
second major challenge we faced. Yes, now we have tackled that out, and we have good number of farmers with us who is listening to us, who is like applying our recommendation in their farm.
mm. Great,
And
great.
the
That's fun. Okay.
The third challenge was on developing the device. Obviously, as I told you, the hardware part that is difficult to tackle. That takes so much of time to build. So yes.
Okay. So I want to mention your last point. First of
Okay.
all, I want to explain to us how your device works, how you use it to test the soil. One, then tell us when you were working on the device, you talked about having challenges with the hardware. How were you able to get the hardware? How were you able to overcome that challenges of getting the hardware? And then how were you able to start communicating with farmers? Because I understand communicating with farmers with new technology is a bit difficult. They are used to their old patterns and they don't want to accept the new technologies coming on board is a bit difficult. So how are you able to navigate that challenges with the farmers? How are you able to navigate the hardware challenges you had in fixing your device? And then how is your device working? How do you use your device to test the soil? Can you just explain that? Sorry.
Yeah, no issue. Okay.
All
Yes,
right.
so our device is working now. So as
Mm-hmm.
I told you, we are about to roll out our device in the market within 2 to 3 months, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
is very easy to use. Like for to use our device, you just have to prepare the extractant of soil that is from only one extractant for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, right? So
Mm-hmm.
whenever, like when you will be ready with the soil extractant, you have to just take out one sachet. You have to add it, like if you want to test the nitrogen, you have to take the nitrogen reagent sachet, and you have to put that on the tube and just keep it for the 5 to 10 minutes, and it will develop the color, and then you will be ready to test the soil results. So it is that much easy. You can perform the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in just 20 minutes in the farm only. So it is
Oh, so
that.
if I use your device to test the soil in less than 20 minutes, I'll get the results. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
exactly.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good.
So this is the device part, and to navigating the farmer problem. Yes. So I already told you we face the difficulty to contact with the farmers directly to apply the solution in their farms. But when you see them the results, they are the one who will trust you, who will accept your technology. But the condition is you have to build that trust, right? So firstly, work
Mhm.
on the activity that to build their trust. So we work on that thing, and now we are good. Like we are going to conduct one pilot with the group of farmers.
Mm. Okay. So how about your hardware? How did you navigate the challenges of getting the hardware for your device?
Getting the sorry,
The hardware, you talked about having challenges in getting the hardware for your device. How were you able to overcome that challenges?
getting the advisory for our device. Are you talking about that?
Yes, yes, yes. How were you able to navigate it? Yes. That challenge of getting the device, the hardware for your device.
Okay. So one thing with our device is that, okay, so we are collecting the soil results with our device, right?
Yes.
After,
How were you able to get the hardware for your device?
actually you are getting stuck in between, so I'm not able to hear you properly.
I mean, how were you able to get? You talked about having challenges in getting your hardware. How were you able to overcome that challenges?
Yes, yes, I talk you some challenges that was the
Yes,
farmers. So yes, we
yes.
tackle that.
You
So I
overcome
that
them. Yes. Then the hardware challenges you had in getting the hardware for your device, how were you able to overcome that challenges? You know, a lot of people wants to, they have ideas. Other agri-tech startups have ideas. They want to develop a particular device, but like you mentioned, they're having challenges with hardware. So I'm asking your device, how are you able to overcome the hardware challenges you experience? Did you get that? Hello, did you get that?
hello.
Hello?
Am I audible
Did,
to you?
yes, you are very, very audible to me.
Okay,
Did you
okay.
hear my question? I mean, the last challenge you mentioned, how were you able to overcome that challenges? The last challenge you
The
mentioned.
last challenge that I talked about the farmers, right? Or the device
No,
you are.
the hardware challenge you had. You mentioned you had a challenge in getting your hardware for your device,
Okay.
right?
So
How did you
hardware
overcome it?
hardware
Yes,
challenge, right? Okay.
yes,
So
yes,
in hardware, what is the problem? As I told you that in two things. One is the hardware, right? The embedded
yes.
engineering on that thing to incorporate all the thing in one small handy device. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
another thing was chemical part, to find out the correct composition, which is very rapid to test in the soil.
Mm-hmm.
So we performed several experiments. After that, like performing experiments for 1.5 years, we were able to fix that out. So it's about to perform several composition every time, change the composition to get the precise results. So we tackle that thing in such way, like to increase the number of experiment, to continuously focus on our goal and just uh, persistently work towards our goal. So this was the thing we applied and we tackled the challenges.
Okay, good, great. Thank you very much. So I want to ask, if you were to start all over again, if you're going to start a business all over again, what will you do better? What are the things, some of the things you think you should do better if you were to start all over again? What would you do better?
What did I do better if I stuck again?
Yes, if you want to start all over again, starting all over again. Now you've been in the business, you must have learned one of two things. So now you want to start all over again. What will you do better
Kenneth,
this time? What do you think you'll be doing better?
Kenneth, you got stuck again.
Hello?
Yes, yes, yes. Now I can hear you.
If you want to start all over again, what will you do better this time? What will you do? Do you think you will improve on if you were to start all over again?
Okay, so if I got stuck again, there's one thing which I have learned. Wherever you stuck, for example, there are many parts of businesses, right?
Mm-hmm,
Whether it could be the business thing, whether it could be the revenue thing, the customer thing, everything. So
mm-hmm,
in
mm-hmm,
whatever part you got stuck, just research, like backward engineering kind of thing. Just research
mm-hmm,
on that part, like from where, like find out the route from where you are going wrong,
mm-hmm,
and just pivot your idea, or maybe whatever you have at your head at that time, just apply that thing, because ultimately it's all about the experiment at every stage of your business.
mm-hmm,
So experiment that thing and see if it will work, because like the human tendency is different. The if we go for the experiment in like a practical, if I will talk about the chemistry, and if I talk about the hardware for electronics part, so again, if one thing doesn't work, it doesn't means it will go vain, right? You will learn
mm-hmm,
something from there and you will apply another experiment on that thing. This time you will not do same mistake again. So definitely you will learn many things, and then ultimately you will come on your way where you will definitely meet something.
mm. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So, what's your vision for where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years? Where do you see your business in the next 5, 10 years? What's your vision?
Okay, so for 5-10 years, like for 5 years,
Yes,
if you talk about the
5 years
five.
from now, 10 years from now, where do you see your business?
So if you talk about the 5 to 8 years, so we want to expand our services to pan India. We want to integrate all the farmers of the India with us, and like the for next 2 years, we want to expand our services globally. Right? We want to target global farmers. We want to target global companies. We want to see us as the global leader in soil technology for the agriculture.
Great, great, awesome, awesome. Awesome. Great. You're doing a very fantastic job in the agri industry, and I'm super excited and proud about what you are doing over there in Indian. But before we begin to wrap up, I want to ask you my last question. What is
Okay.
your advice? What is your advice for other agri-tech startups that are just starting or trying to, start their own innovations for in agri-tech industry? So what's your advice for them?
Okay. So my advice, like, see, for everyone, the journey is very different, right? But
Yes,
some
I know.
principles are very clear. One thing is your attitude. If you want to start your journey, so what is your attitude to start that particular journey? Are you honest enough to take that as a challenge, and are you sincere enough to persistently work on that thing? So the attitude should be on right way. Like, don't start anything just suddenly some idea came to your mind, so you just want to experiment. Don't go for that. Research on that thing. If you have that passion to solve that problem, if you have that passion to take that idea into the business level, right? So go for that. You have to uh, make your mindset clear. You have to make your attitude clear towards anything. So it will definitely go right. If you don't have knowledge, no worries. You can learn anything. Right? There are many things nowadays. You have access of internet. You can learn anything.
Mm.
But if you have attitude right, if you have courage and everything, so yeah, it will go fine.
Mm. Awesome. Thank you very much for your time so far. I believe myself, I enjoyed the interview, and I believe my audience too enjoyed the interview. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for coming to join, share your stories and experience in the agri-tech industry with us. We are super excited. Thank you for your time this evening. We are grateful. So it's on this
Thank
note that calling it on an end, coming to the end of the show. Guys, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Please, if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, do it to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the like buttons, and don't also forget to click the notification bell so you get notification whenever we are online. We promise to come to keep bringing up exciting CEOs and agri-tech founders doing amazing job in the industry to the show. And please don't forget to hit the subscription button. It's very important to us. Thank you very much for your time. We are really, really grateful. It's on this note, I'm calling it an end. See you
thank you.
next week, Friday. Same time, same show. See you next week.